Good evening, folks. Out here with your Outer World News. Current time 7:25 p.m., May 5th, 2013. Alright, folks, let's get on this. False flag undertakings provide pretext for U.S. wars. Yeah. While the whole Boston bombing marathon was going on, while they staged that false flag attack, there was plans going on in the Middle East to attack Syria. Now remember, let's see, President Obama during Passover, or 6 or 5 days or something like that, for Passover, just like in the Bible, the Antichrist will go into Jerusalem riding a donkey to mock Jesus. We all know that Obama is a Democrat, right? So what's the Democratic symbol? It's a donkey. He went into Israel to tell Israel to strike Syria and win during their presidential elections while Iran was weak. Syria has already been weakened by Al-Qaeda, or Al-Qaeda. So think about it. And Iran's allies with them. So was China and Russia also told us not to intervene. So here we go, folks. World War III. The first shots have already been fired. Also, that 99% has the power to change the world. Check this out. It's from Traders Beware. It's talking about gold and all that other stuff and how we can actually change the world financially. Honestly, I don't think there's any possible way to do that right now. But she does have some very good information. Breaking news. Syria vows retaliation after a declaration of war from the Israel airstrike. I told everybody yesterday. I called it. I knew this was going to come out. Because if you... Alright, Israel attacked a Syrian military installation, okay? That is an act of war. So, guess what? World War III has started. Because Israel's an ally, right? And then now, you wanna know what's really, really funny? There's this video I watched earlier today about Obama. He was at a college saying, don't listen to anybody that says the government's tyranny. The government isn't tyranny, blah, 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 blah. Obama, you send out drones and kill thousands of innocent children across all of these other countries. Incite sanctions on countries starving children, men, women, not even allowing them to get the medications they need to survive. I'm sorry, but that's tyranny in my eyes. What about the Boston bombings? What about that false flag? Everybody's waking up to it, so be prepared. You know, if this false flag ring of fire thing happens tomorrow, I'll know why. Because the government is scared. Look, they're trying to do global domination now. The Illuminati clock has stopped, and their World War siege is upon us. If the false flag does happen, it's going to be able to throw us into FEMA camps. So that way they make their job easier in world domination. So be aware for that. Also, Gary McKinnon describes what he saw in NASA's top secret files. This is from the Truth Seeker, talking about UFOs, all that stuff, and there's been a lot of UFO sightings lately. Late 2012, early 2013, there's more and more and more and more. You know, Planet Nibiru, Wormwood. And we will all know of Wormwood. I'm wondering if Wormwood, you know, it's a destroyer. I'm wondering if it's the alien solar system. I really don't know. You guys can tell me what you think about that, but I don't know about that. You know, it could just be the rogue solar system that's coming into ours. But, you know, like I was saying before, you know, Planet Tiamat was destroyed by Nibiru's system. Mars was hit by one of Nibiru's planet's moons. The evidence is on Mars. Cyclical bombardment of all the small asteroids and everything that come in whenever Nibiru is present. Shows on every non-gaseous planet and moon in our solar system. Also, the old planet Kuiper, the Kuiper belt, also destroyed by Nibiru. Now they're just big old rock piles. Ceres was Tiamat's moon. Think about that. Alright, here we go. Also, alert, newsflash, major danger to you. False flag nuke soon. It's very, 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 very interesting stuff here. They're talking about all these satanic people out here and what Obama's and their plans were and how this was already planned and, you know, all kinds of stuff about what's going on with Israel and stuff. And I bet you, how much you want to bet, we're going to see something else pop off tonight. All H word is going to break loose this month. So be prepared. Also, Operation Ring of Fire, World War III, U.S. and 30 allies. So go ahead and check this out. This is from Exposed by Truth. Very, very interesting video here. You know, God bless him. He's right. He was saying, you know, we're not trying to fearmonger. We're doing what God called us to do. And that's to get the truth out. And if the false flag nuclear event doesn't happen, then, you know, some people will be like, well, you know, this didn't happen because it never was going to happen. It was just some BS. No. Us standing up and us talking about this and us getting the information out there stops them from being able to perform their tasks. You see what I'm saying? We actually help prevent catastrophe by speaking out. So, you know, that's why I say anybody that has a computer and is able to do this, you know, get the info out. You know, you can take my videos, take my works for everything. I do this for free. I do this for information to the public, to help people learn and to be able to get saved in the last days of the coming of Jesus Christ. We all need to be prepared. Also, U.S. military drill in Persian Gulf to pressure Iran and Russia. It's from Press TV Global News. Told you. The U.S. and the U.K. are in the Persian Gulf right now. It was already planned. As soon as the ships arrived in the Persian Gulf, what happened? Israel fired a missile. Then, it fired another one. They are now literally in declaration of war. Iran is on Syria's side. Iran will help Syria. Iran is weak because of the presidential election. Syria is weak because of Al-Qaeda. North Korea understands where we're at, what we're doing. North Korea could have just been a patsy, or North Korea is waiting and then they're going to strike the South with a nuke while we're occupied over in the Gulf. So I'm going to go ahead and keep my eye on that. Also, biological war. I'll get into that here in a little bit. It's already been happening. Also, the cyber war across the world. Israel declares state of alert after allegedly launching 2 airstrikes on Syria. So they got their, what is it called? The Iron Dome up and ready. So if you guys want to go ahead and look into that. Israel's, it's war. It is war. It's not like the little Gaza, you know, Palestine and Israel little debacles that happen like every few months or so. This is actual war now. You know, Syria is not Palestine. Syria is not weak, and neither. I mean, it's weekend, but Syria is not weak, and neither is Iran. So this is full-on war, and China and Russia are allies with Iran. So be prepared. Israel used depleted uranium shells in airstrike. Syrian source. So you see that? Israel used depleted uranium shells in airstrike. Told you that looked like a little bit of a nuclear explosion, didn't I? There was a little teensy tiny bit of nuke power in that bomb. So go ahead and read into that. Also, Israel's aggression opens door to all possibilities. Syrian Information Minister. Syrian Information Minister says that those who infringe on Syrian sovereignty must study their choices carefully. He said that Israel has proved its link to terrorist groups. Israel has reportedly launched 2 airstrikes against Syria in 2 days. You guys want to go ahead and look into that as well. Israel launches second Syrian airstrike in 2 days, reports say. Of course, you all know about that, but if you guys want to go ahead and read into that, watch that video. You know, look at that. Looks like a nuke to me. You know, and one of my subscribers had a really good point yesterday. Said, doesn't it kind of look like the explosion at Texas, in West Texas, fertilizer plant? Oh, by golly, it does. Also, Malaysia's National Front Coalition wins simple parliamentary majority. Libya passes law banning ex-Gaddafi officials from government. Turkish Prime Minister attacks Syria's regime, calling Assad a butcher. So now Turkey is one. Also, Israel side. So U.S., UK, Israel, Iran, Syria. Then Japan, China, Taiwan, North Korea, South Korea, Russia. That doesn't sound like World War III to you. It sounds like World War III to me. So be prepared for that one. Also, here we go on to the bio war that's happening. Swansea measles epidemic tops 1,000 cases. Last updated on April 30th, 2013. Measles outbreak in the U.S. and also UK. If you guys want to check into this, measles are spreading like wildfire, and it has killed people. You know, it says Public Health Wales says the figure now stands at 1,011, but added that about 5,000 youngsters in the area aged between 10 and 18 still need vaccinating. And down here is talking about some of the people that died. If you guys want to go ahead and look into this article, also, here you go. Deadly meningitis outbreak among gay men worries officials. This is April 23rd, it was uploaded. Deadly bacterial meningitis outbreak striking gay men in New York City is unlikely to abate anytime soon. New York City health officials warn the disease has sickened 22 and killed 7 New York City men over the last 2 years. But it's getting worse. And then we had, like Pastor Ball Bigley was saying, you know, that measles outbreak down. It's also down in North Carolina now. So have to keep an eye on that. Also, outbreak of the new SARS-like virus kills 5 in Saudi Arabia. Also, some in the UK are infected, and other spots. Who was this biological attack from? China. Saudi Arabia and the US are so tight together. I mean, it's like trying to, it's like trying to cut a Chevrolet in half and put a Toyota rear end on it. You see what I'm saying? They're that tight, and there you go. Either that or Iran. So SARS is back, and it's killing people. So pay attention to that one. Also, in one of my older videos about, you know, the end is here, I talk about, and this one guy was warning that there was going to be a biological attack of the SARS outbreak. He was warning about it, and now it's out. Also, the H7N9 virus. If you guys want to look into this, you know, the H7N9 epidemic, a reason to ban Chinese tourists. You know, this is on eTurbo News. If you guys want to go ahead and look into it. Interesting stuff going on, folks. You know, just go ahead and read into this article right here. You know, very, very interesting stuff there. Also, you know, like I was saying earlier, China hacked into a U.S. military top-secret database of information, stole all kinds of information. You know, China's already been attacking the U.S. like that for a while now. So there's already a worldwide cyber war going on. Anonymous is part of it. Then you got the FBI, the CIA, other countries hacking into other countries. You know, North Korea, Saudi Arabia, Syria, all kinds of things. So World War III is here, and there's no stopping it. It is inevitable. It's going to happen. The Bible said it would. Also, Somalia, famine killed 260,000 people. There shall be wars and rumors of wars. Earthquakes, diverse places. There will be famines and pestilence. So there you go. You guys want to read into that? Lots and lots of famines. Also, low-level eruption reported at Alaska's Cleveland volcano. More volcanic eruptions. Already broke the record for, what was it, over 100 years worth of volcanoes in just a few months, 6 months. I'm gonna have to find that article again. But more volcanic eruptions, folks. And the one I'm worried about, the main earthquake, the main volcanoes I'm worried about, is the Canary Islands and Yellowstone, because Yellowstone's lava chamber, a lot of their lava chambers have been showing, some shaking, and also the ground has risen there by 2 feet. So I'm really worried about that. Also, Earth changes in the PoleShift. So if you guys want to look into this, remember the movie 2012. Yes, it said 2012, but the sinkholes all over the place. Let's see. There was sinkholes all over the place. Now that movie came out, if I remember correctly, 2010, right? But they were working on it for 2 years. And then there's sinkholes all over the place, and then big giant earthquake, California falling into the sea. Now we know that right there is already going to happen. That's also something that was depicted about the land falling into the sea, also in the Bible. Can't remember where it's at now. I have to look that up though. But the 2 tectonic plates are pushing against each other, and like Nadia said, most of that part of California, on the lower end, it's all sloped down. It's all sand, and it's weak, and eventually it's going to cave in and collapse. So we need to watch that. Also, volcanoes erupting everywhere. There's a reason why. Our Earth's trying to expand, and the sun is acting up. The sun is growing. We got hit with that cosmic ray burst, and the fragments from that sun's explosion, all those pieces are heading our way. And also we have the cyclical bombardment coming, ISIM, so we need to pay attention to that. Also, Nibiru, the PoleShift, a fantastic video. The timeline is now. Now, if you guys want to go ahead and read into this, it was an interesting article. The time frame's off, but everything lands around May. So if you guys want to look into that, that's pretty interesting stuff if you guys want to debunk it. Also, there was 102 reports on May 1st of fireballs. So far, 47 reports on the 4th, and now they're calculating 41. So the reports went up to 88 reports yesterday in total. That's a lot. So, 102 reports plus 88 reports. It's a lot of reports. So there you go. Also onto Lunar Meteor Hunters blogspot.com. South America showing another fireball. Also Europe, Australia, 2 of them. All over the eastern U.S. I told you. It started here. Another one popped off down here. As the world turns, boom, boom. The world kept turning. Boom. And then tonight, you're going to see it again. More booms around here. Watch. More fireballs. Remember, the world spins in a circle. All these fireballs are coming in. And as the world turns, they're all coming from the same direction. So be prepared. And they're calling this Halley's Comet's... Earth is entering a stream of debris from Halley's Comet. When Halley's Comet came in 1986. Sunspot group AR1739, just now emerging over the sun's northeastern limb, erupted on May 3rd, producing an M5 class solar flare and a solar tornado. So you guys want to click and look into that. More and more sunspots. So, you got a 55% chance right now of M-class solar flares and a 10% chance of X-class solar flares. So if you guys want to go ahead and look into that as well. Down here it's saying 45%, but it's 55% on the actual source I get, which in my opinion is a lot more reliable. Also on to stereo ahead core 2. See this anvil right down here? Now watch this anvil down here on the southeast or the southwestern limb of the sun. Over here as well, you can see the magnetics growing. It's strengthening, and you can see a little bit of filament starting to pop off from it. This sunspot here is about to pop off a flare. This is the one I'm watching right here. Okay, and also onto Helio Viewer. You know, a lot of sunspot action. Now I'm going to go ahead and just get this up and download it for you guys so you guys can watch it. Just give me a second here. Sorry, usually I have this stuff ready for you. As you can see there, boom. Little teensy weensy tiny C-class flare pop-offs. You know, here and there on the sun. Nothing too major yet. This is just over the past 12 hours. See, right there, arcing filament. Nothing coming out though. No CMEs or anything. Now, on stereo ahead of core 2, the sunspot that is showing its strength is right here. Right in the middle. Stereo ahead of core 2 is over here. So I'm watching this sunspot that is Earth facing. So here you go. Here's the Earth. This is the endless entril spiral. It's the flare from yesterday. The M-class flare. So if you guys want to go ahead and check into it. Like I was saying, you know, this is the stereo right here that I was looking out of. And right here, Earth facing, is where you see that anvil. And Earth is this yellow dot. So pay attention to that, because if that thing fires, it's got the potential to be an X-class flare. It's a beta gamma spot. And it has some magnetic polarity to it that could also classify it as a delta beta gamma spot. So pay attention to it. Also, pitch angle charts showing, you know, not really too much to instability right now. Everything seems quiet. Cosmic ray density down, up, starting to go back up on this chart. Cosmic ray density on this chart is dropping back down. It was at 100.5, but now it's dropping back down. It's at 100 here now. MacBruno real-time data, you know, had that big drop, and it's up, and it's holding steady for right now. So go ahead and keep our eyes out on that for that next solar flare to pop off. Also, cosmic ray, the solar data from NOAA, you know, the X-ray flux showing a little bit of instability there earlier. That was yesterday from the M-class flare. Also a little bit of solar penetration, not much. KP index showing a little bit of a spike here, but it's pretty much stable and leveled off. So if you guys want to go ahead and look into that. Also, earthquakes, nothing really major yet. I mean, 4.9s and 5.1s, you know, just really the normal. So nothing big lately. So that's something to watch, because we're going to get a big one soon. It's like the Earth is just preparing to unleash that bad one. That bad Bama Jamma. Also over here, show you guys this. Volcano activity has been reported in the Marina Islands in Pagan. So the code alert for that is yellow. So that volcano is getting close to erupting. Also over here, volcano activity reported. Volcano name is Cleveland. This is an Alaska advisory is yellow. Alaska's volcano is erupting. So watch that. Also, you know, all of us know Hawaii's volcano is code orange. Always active. You know, it's like the most active volcano in the world. Also over here in Venezuela, more volcanic activity. So if you guys want to look into that. A lot of volcanic activity here, folks. Also down here, down south, 5.0 at a 10-kilometer depth earthquake. They're still having these other little earthquakes and a whole fire danger things over here. What is this? Biological hazard, North Carolina. Oh, a lot of stuff going on, folks. So there you go. Sorry I don't have the 3D map up yet. For some reason it's not working. I gotta try to fix it. But like always, folks, much love to you all. Anything that's late and breaking, I will update you with. So there you go, folks. Much love, and may God bless.